There's just one more thing we need to do before the styling of our page is complete, and that's deal with this footer down here. So you can see that it's just this black text kind of outside our page wrap, our white div area here. Let's look in the HTML at what's going on with that footer. Now it's after the end of the page wrap, so that makes sense why it's not in this white box. And it has the HTML5 tag footer, and then here's the content in there. So let's get started styling that up. It's going to be in the style.css file because, of course, the footer will be on all of our pages. So we might as well put it in this file, which will get loaded on all pages. We'll put the styling information at the way bottom where any good footer information should be. So footer. Now, it's not subject to the same width because it's outside of this. So we're going to have to set the width of our footer equal to the width of what our page wrap is, which was 800 pixels. And we're going to center it with margin 0 auto. Now, we don't need to give it any top padding because it's already being pushed down a little bit from this, but we'll give it some bottom padding just to push it away from the edge of the bottom of the browser window. We'll make sure that the color in the footer is white as is in our mockup, and that the text is uppercase, and that our letter spacing is just spaced out just a little bit to kind of look cool. So let's save and reload, and now we have it going on pretty good there, but we need to move this over here. So one way that I like to do that is kind of split it in half. Split these two areas in half, make this one on the left, this one on the right, and then make sure to set this right area to text align right so it's flush against this right edge, just like it is in our mockup. Let's take a look at the HTML. We have two divs in there, one with quote and one with copyright. So let's style those. We'll say that quote is half the width and floated to the left, and copyright is half the width and floated to the right. And we'll make sure that the text alignment on that right side is to the right. We'll hit save and reload, and that's perfect there, except for one little thing. Remember what we learned about when you float objects in a parent, it's going to lose its height. It's going to collapse. So we don't have that push against the bottom of the browser window because the parent has no height. So all we have to do to fix that is go into our index.html and give footer a class of group, which fixes that issue specifically. We'll hit reload, and now the parent has that height, and we can get that push away from the bottom of our browser window. So our footer is complete and styled, and that was our last step in completely styling this page. Now we have everything we need to start moving on to creating the WordPress theme.